The night is indigo, lit by brilliant golden stars. And from a tiny shed, a baby makes his first cries. A baby born to parents who are holding him, just like a baby down at Hammett whose new parents hold and cuddle him. A mother who is so overwhelmed by her love for this child that the story says she simply pondered these things in her heart. Just like parents of newborns who suddenly love this child in a way that actually defies language. A baby greeted by random shepherds and sheep and goats, these unexpected strangers who come and find their hearts lifted by this baby, just like any baby can lift the hearts of even the most curmudgeonly person in a long grocery store line. Babies bring joy, and this text is simply full of that joy. But of course, the difference is that this baby happens to be God, which magnifies the joy even more. This is the extraordinary, cloaked in the ordinary, laid in a manger. This is God who's come for us. Come so that nothing will separate humanity from God ever again. Not life, not death, not sin, not hell. Nothing can separate us from God. This baby has come to ensure that we are enfolded in grace forever. And this is God delighting in loving people. And it's Mary knowing that this baby will set the world to rights. And it's the shepherds exulting that somehow they were included in this miraculous event. This is the vulnerability of God. God making God's self available to people by becoming one of us. And the baby will grow up, and we will watch him call fishermen as his best friends, and eat with all the wrong kinds of people, and feed crowds, and go for boat rides. And that will be God doing that. God so close to us we can touch him. We see him laugh, and we see him cry, and we see him eat. God open to us, Emmanuel, with us forever. What joy. The night is indigo, and dotting the sky are brilliant golden stars. And from a tiny shed, a baby makes his first cries. A baby born into poverty, like so many people in our city, around our country. A baby born in a time of census, taxes, and counting for conscription, just like a baby born in St. Petersburg. A baby born under the threat of illness and violence, just like a baby born in Gaza City. A baby born in the middle of a mess. Coming into a world, the delight of a baby, the joy, and yet the inexplicable sorrow of what this child will face in a world that seems such a disaster most of the time. And of course, it's not just any baby, it's God, which somehow magnifies the paradox. That this is the extraordinary, cloaked in the ordinary, laid in a manger, God who's come for us. This is God, the vulnerability of God, opening God's self to us. Opening God's self to rejection, to the loss of his friend, to empire, and to violence. And contained in the birth of Christ is also the other event that reveals the deep vulnerability of God when the flesh of God hangs on a cross and is crucified. And tonight is a celebration only because of that crucifixion. It's the odd paradox of joy and sorrow that sit side by side in our lives. And in Jesus Christ, the Word made flesh, the infinite made finite, the joy and the sorrow all set together as well. Jesus Christ, who is fully God and fully human, who walked this earth, who understands the strangeness of the joy, the decorating of the Christmas tree and the baking of the cookies, while half a world away, people are dealing with dying loved ones and incalculable loss. Jesus Christ knows that. And so in the birth there is joy, but there are the seeds of sorrow. And this is why I think Christmas is for all of us. That whether this season for you is one that is just contains an enormous amount of joy and levity, and your family is here and your children are excited, or whether this season contains pieces of sorrow, memories, or loss, Christmas is for you. The Word made flesh, Emmanuel, came to dwell among us, to experience all of the joy and all of the sorrow, sometimes all at the same time. The night was indigo, and the sky was lit by brilliant golden stars, and from a tiny shed, a baby makes his first cries. Hope for the world is born. A promise is given that one day God will bring everlasting peace. God will make everything and everyone whole and well. God in every season of our lives, in the joy and in the sorrow. May you know that truth in your own life, this night and always.